Hey, good afternoon, everyone. It's about 12:48 p.m. We're in the middle of a big correction here on the crypto market. Correction occurring in traditional markets as well. I'd like to take a look and see if there's any opportunities to buy any altcoins today. Before I get into any of this, of course, as you all know, this is not financial advice. I'm not your financial advisor. You're responsible for your own trades, managing your own risk, doing your own research. I'm just giving my opinion on the market. I am going to go through 50 or 75 altcoins very, very quickly. I am very picky on what I like and what I buy, and I may get in and get out really quickly. If you need access to anything that I buy and that I exit, there's a link in the video description to get into our Discord channel where I do post entries and exits, mostly on traditional assets, but on crypto as well. Bitcoin seems to be finding some support at 31,000, so let's just see. Let's just see if there's anything here that supports a move to be buying down here. All right, so let's go ahead and move into the chart. All right, so I've got Bitcoin on here. I've got a lot. I've got a lot on here that I've been holding on to for a while. Let me just kind of zoom out and just remove some of this that I've got in here. I haven't looked at this chart in a while, but we were talking about this move down here. We were looking at the 100. We came down here to the 123.6. So this seems good. Even if I pulled this guy down here, that could support a move a little bit further down. But I got to think that if we are going to to see a move up, it's going to be from here. Again, we were talking back here where the indicator was green, but this 12-hour was still trending down. This 12-hour is still trending down, so it wouldn't surprise me one bit for this guy to be right here and for Bitcoin to find another push down to about 30,500. It's still very much a possibility. So we have to remember that that's what could potentially be happening. So from here on this B, we would expect a 535, and so from here we could theoretically see a 1, 2, 3, pull back for the 4, and then we go down for that 5. It is still very possible that the C of the C is down here after we see a little bit of a bounce and then a pullback for that 5. It's still very possible that happens. Okay, so, but I am looking for things that are worth buying down here, right? Obviously, we had a top at 42,000. We've had a major correction that came all the way down to 30,000. We went all the way back up to 40, and now are we going to find ourselves inside of a wedge? I don't know. One thing I am going to be looking for, just kind of off topic for a moment, one thing I am going to be looking for on Bitcoin in particular, I'm going to go to a chart on a different exchange just to kind of show what it kind of looks like we're in the middle of creating. Let's go all the way back here. Okay, what did we see back here? We've seen this type of formation many, many times before. All right, so what did we see? We saw a big move down, a correction, not quite as high, coming back down. I think this right here is where we are at today. Okay, I think this is where we're at today and where I think we could be seeing a little bit of a bounce. Okay, so let me just put this in here. From here, bounce, and then down. And then this is where everybody's going to be like, okay, we're going to the moon. And then we end up stalling out again before we go lower. Okay? So just I'm saying to exercise some caution because yeah, it does look like we are creating a little bit of a wedge of sorts, but just to kind of put things into perspective, this is the kind of wedge that it looks like we are in the middle of creating right now, which is not a bullish style wedge. We saw the same thing all the way back here. All right, we saw the same thing. Of course, it was more exaggerated, right? We had a big move down, we went up, we got stalled. This would be the equivalent of that 40,000 retest, and which was obviously not what we saw today, or not today, but a couple days ago. We came back down, so we put this up here. We came back down. Again, this is where I think we are today. We move up, and then we come back down, we stall. Then this is where everybody's like, yep, we're going to the moon. We stall again, and then we go lower. Okay? Again, the same thing right here, creating a very, very, very similar style where we're creating a pretty bearish wedge. Now, not to say that's exactly what's going to happen up here. We're still very much in the middle of all of this. Indicators are indicating that we are going to bounce, but I gotta look at this from this perspective. If we do make that last push down to 30,500, this looks bearish. Assuming this continues in this style, okay? So, I mean, am I considering a long down here? Well, yeah, I mean, if we can make this push up here and then a push down here to 30,500, if we can do that, yeah, I'll take a long, but I'll be hedging short pretty heavily up here because if we start doing this, even if we push up above this, usually there ends up being a trap. Bounce, and then we go lower. How low are we going to go? I don't know. Maybe this doesn't even happen. What I can say is, historically speaking, what we are starting to see here on the charts is the 1 hour, the 3 hour, and the 12 hour all three getting down here all at the same time. And again, usually when we see that, that is an indication of a time to be buying. Every time that Bitcoin has seen the 1 hour, the 3 hour, and the 12 hour, right here, a good example. Very similar to what price action is like right now. That was at 10,000 back in September, okay? Back in September, that was a good sign to buy. When 1 hour, 3 hour, and 12 hour are all down here all at the same time. I'm trying to find another time where all three of them are down there at the same time. We don't get very many opportunities. Here was another case right here, the 1 hour, the 3 hour, and the 12 hour down here when the price was about 66, 6,700. Again, right here was another opportunity right there at 6,500. Okay. Last time we had something like this when we had our major black swan event, and that was down here literally at the bottom when it was down here at 4,000. And then we came back here, another opportunity right there at 4,500. So are we going to get a massive amount of selling pressure? I don't know. But if we do, I will be buying. I will be buying. If we do see that, I would say that there is an opportunity here. And again, I'm looking at my indicator. If you want access to my indicator, you just need to join our Discord. There's a link in the video description. You can get access to my indicator. As you can tell, that's the only indicator that I use, generally speaking. So just kind of keep that in mind. I don't keep it too complicated. I use some other tools, but from an indicator perspective, I use this, and then sometimes I'll throw Bollinger Bands on there. But anyway, the purpose that you guys are all here, I'm going to quickly flip through all these altcoins, and I'm going to quickly give a yes or a no. And this is just going to go into just me using my indicator to make a judgment call on whether or not something looks good on that particular day. I'm going to start up here at the top. I'm going to look at things that are major red for the day. And I'm going to start with ENJ. I'm going to say the answer is no, I wouldn't put money in ENJ. Nano, the answer is maybe. I'm going to put this guy in orange because he's one that maybe at some point obviously fell out of this wedge, could still go lower. 1 hour and 3 hour are down there, but the 12 hour looks like it wants to go a little bit lower. So I'm holding off on that one. Dash, answer is same thing. Maybe. This guy is also getting pretty close. How far down could he go? Well, I'm on the logarithmic scale. Let me just throw Fibonacci on this guy from this pivot down here to that pivot up there. We went beyond the 618. We went beyond the 618, which leads me to believe we're probably going to go to the 786, which is going to be at $96.82. So this could go lower. So I'm watching it, but I don't think it's ready yet. Data. What does data look like? Data's a no. The 12 hour is still, very high up there. Not a good setup. Ethereum. What does Ethereum look like? Again, Ethereum looks like it could bounce. I don't know that it's going to make highs, right? Because what it looks like Ethereum just finished, a bit of a completion. Maybe, like a rising, an ending diagonal is what it looks like it just finished here. A nice 1, 2, 3, 4, and then an extension there into the 5th. And if you don't like that, you can throw your 3 up there and put your 4 down there because 3s are usually longer than your 1s. So yeah, I mean, even this looks like a finishing move. I was talking about Ethereum going to 1250, doing a pullback, and Ethereum went up to 1350, did its pullback, and then that last move. So I would be very cautious on Ethereum. I would expect money to be rotating out of Ethereum into other assets. Yeah, if Bitcoin moves up, Ethereum is going to move up, but I would expect there's going to be some rotation happening here. Let's keep on going. Take a look at Algo. Algo is going to be a no. VeChain at 3 cents. Man, 3 cents for VeChain. But it's a no for me right now. Atom, no. ZRX, it's close. I'm going to relabel this guy as orange. So that one is going to be getting there, but not quite there yet. MATIC. MATIC is down 12% on the day. Still not a good buy for me right now. Omisago. Omisago, however you pronounce it, that's going to be a watcher. Not quite ready yet. Tezos coming back down to our buy zone. We labeled this. We labeled this. So Tezos is actually in the buy zone there at about 256. Right, we're talking about a pullback, and it looks like we got it. But I'm actually not a buyer here. Not a buyer on Tezos. I don't think it's ready yet. I don't think it's ready. I'm not even going to put a watch on it at this time. Let's keep on going. IOST. Oh, this one is getting a little better. I like IOST, actually. Let's just measure this guy real quick. So we're going to go from the top to the bottom, and we came to the 618. I would be buying at 15 cents. I would be buying IOST at 15 cents. If we get down there, I'm going to be buying IOST at 15 cents. I'm going to give myself a little bit of a stop loss. IOST looks pretty good, actually. IOST, I think I'm going to label this guy with green. I like IOST. I would wait for it to come back down to 15 cents. I'm going to put a alert down there because, again, this one looks okay. IOST looks the best out of everything so far. The best of everything so far. Let's keep on going. Zcash. This one also. Zcash also looks good. So far we've got Zcash, we've got IOST. These all look good. What does NEO look like? NEO is down 11%, not quite there. Bitcoin Cash, not quite there. Qtum, no. Cardano, we looked at this. I think Cardano has a little bit lower to go, maybe to 31.5 cents, maybe all the way down here to 27.3 cents. We're going to wait and see. I'm waiting on Cardano to buy back in right now. Kava, what does Kava look like? No. I'm going to remove this. This is an old. Okay, CHZ rather. No. Tomo. It's getting there. I'm going to put this one. I'm going to put this guy in orange. Move it up here to the top, and keep on going. Band. Band is down here at our buy zone. Band is right down here. Band looks okay. Band has to hold right here at 825. Band has to hold. Right, we were talking about a move up. It went a little bit higher, but it came right back down. So it followed exactly how we expected it to do when I looked at this back on January 20th. I was looking at Band, and it looks like this correction is finishing. So I would say Band looks okay. I like Band down here. Band looks all right. So put that up there. Keep on going. Chainlink. Chainlink, what are you doing, buddy? No. Chainlink's a no for me right now. Chainlink looks like a head and shoulders, and if that is true, let's take a measured move off of this guy. From the top to the bottom would go down to $16. $16. So I'm not going to take a trade on Chainlink. One, it doesn't look good. Two, the 12-hour is coming down. And three, it looks like a head and shoulders. Therefore, I'm out. And actually, the neckline it's sitting on the neckline right now. So this is your neckline right here. It's a little bit of a descending neckline, which is also bearish. If it breaks down below this and gets below it on an hourly, I mean, I would expect to see something like boom, up, retest, fail, something like that. But I'd be watching down here at $16 on Chainlink. Let's take a look at Litecoin. Litecoin's down 10.95%. The answer is no. Holochain. This is my boy. This one looks good. This one looks good. I've got this one on a watch to be buying, but I'm going to be waiting for a little bit more of a confirmation on a pivot. I'm going to wait just a little bit longer, waiting just a little bit longer, because it could still come down here to 0.0006 or maybe 0.00061, but we're just going to kind of hold off on that for right now. Let's take a look at Waves. What does Waves look like? Waves is a no. XMR, Monero, that's Monero looks okay. Monero looks all right. Monero does look okay. And so yeah, I would say Monero is probably another one that looks okay. So let's put that guy up there. WRX. Don't know what WRX is, and I don't like it there. ZIL. Still looking pretty good on the USD pair. Got into this one a while back. It's just been kind of sitting on it. And it looks like it just completed a little bit of an expanding diagonal here, which is generally speaking bullish. So we're just going to have to wait and see when this guy does its pullback. And again, I'm giving a little bit of bias to this because I'm in it, but it's at the 50 right now. So, I mean, technically that's got a hold, but it could come back down here to the 618 at 6 cents. 6 cents would probably be you know, that area to really pay close attention to. We already talked about Bitcoin, Theta. Let's look at Theta. And again, I've got a lot to go through. Theta is getting there. ONT, no. XLM, and I'm going to remove that. XLM it's close. XLM has to bounce here. It has to bounce here. You've got stop loss, you know, basically on the other side of about 25.9 cents. Lumens could move, but just be careful because that 12 hour is still trending down. That 12 hour is still very much down there, and it's still pushing down just a little bit. I'm also watching Bitcoin. It looks like it's got a little bit further to go. So keeping on moving. RLC is a no. RVN is a no. CELR is a no. ICX, what is ICX doing? Let's zoom out on this. We were talking about this up and oh, we were talking about it moving up and then doing a retest, which it went up and it is technically doing a retest here, but it still doesn't look good for a buy. ICX doesn't look for a buy. Wink is a no. BTT is a no. Doge had a huge monster move up back here over right after New Year's. It's close, but it's a no for me right now. Ripple. Oh, Ripple. What's Ripple doing? It's at 27 cents. Yeah, I remember playing this guy also around New Year's, or no, actually it was before New Year's, or Christmas Eve. Had a good move there, came down. People are trying to avoid this, which it probably means it's going to actually perform pretty well. It looks like we completed a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 truncated A, B. It probably is going to come down. So I would say a no on Ripple. FET, no. Tron? What's Tron doing? Tron's a no right now. EOS? No. Ethereum Classic at 737. I mean, again, it looks like it's going to bounce, but it's not good for new entry in my opinion. BNB? I love BNB. It's getting there, but it's kind of a no for me at the moment. It looks like we just finished a move, and I think we're in the middle of a correction, so it could bounce, but I think it comes down further. AION at 9 cents is a no. 1 is a no. IOTA looks like a no. ARPA. ARPA's a no right now. FTM. We hit that zone where we were talking about there being a correction. Let me go to the 4 hour on FTM. So we've been watching this guy. We've got the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A, B, C into the A, B, C into the B. We should be coming down to 8 cents. So FTM, I think, is going to be continuing that move down. And from the 12 hours standpoint, it looks like it wants to head down. So I would say this one's probably one that I would avoid for right now. Unless it can get above that 618 and stay above this green box, I would say that it's probably going to go down. Let's go to Hive. Hive, and we're going to start getting into some of the few things that actually have been positive today. Hive is a no. HBAR up 0.05% today. That is a no. Beam is currently a no, and OGN is a no. All right, guys, that's everything that I've got for you right now. The only ones that I really liked, I moved up here to the top, Zcash, IOST, Band, Holochain, XMR. Ones that we're watching, NANO, Dash, ZRX, OMG, and Tomo. Other than that, these are the only 10 items. 5 to buy, 5 to wait. That's what I see right now. But Bitcoin, that is the guy that you really, really have to pay attention for. You've got to watch Bitcoin and see what he is doing, because this guy right here is the one that's going to control the market. Bitcoin looks like it's really, really close to a buy down here. It looks like it wants to get down there, right? So we could get a bounce here, and maybe, maybe this is actually the 3 is here and the 4 is here, and we're working on the 5, which I would be okay with to finish the correction. But again, corrective targets, you find your trend, you do the pullback, and then you're looking for the 618. We had support there and it failed. So you look for the 100. We had support there and it failed. So now we're going to be looking for this 1236, which is going to be about $30,675. From there, let's wait and see what happens. Some low leverage longs? Sure. Alts? Yes. I think alts, and we are looking at the ones right here. When Bitcoin decides to finally make that last move down, which I do believe that it will very, very soon, I'd be looking for these 5 to buy and watch and wait for these. And you want to use my indicator for this, because that's my whole basis for the trades that I take. So that's going to kind of be what I'm watching for. All right. Well, if this video did help in any way, shape, or form, like, subscribe, share. If you need access to our Discord, just look inside of the video description. You'll find a link there. We'd love to have you there. And wherever you are in the world, I hope you're having a good day, a good night, and